How's it going, everybody? This is the C-Jack Podcast. I am your host, C-Jack, and I am not in my apartment today. I am over here at my dad's, and you didn't fart on my mic while I was down doing my laundry, did you?
Duck fart. Stars on
it. Today we're going to be reviewing the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view from last Sunday. We're just going to kind of go over what I thought about it and stuff. Now, I actually got this stuff ready to talk about last night. And wouldn't you know it, I got it all ready. I'm like, I'm just going to, put my computer to sleep. And I got up this morning, looked at it to make sure it was still holding the charge and everything when I was getting ready to put it in my bag. And wouldn't you know it, the goddamn computer decided it wanted to go through a update or whatever. And all of my stuff that I had, written down and all set up and laid out, all gone. It didn't save, none of it. And I'm like, well, son of a bitch. So I just decided I'm going to cheat. I'm going to just kind of write down the basics. And then I'm just going to kind of upload the WWE website on my computer. That way it kind of gives me the little refresher bullet points to talk about this podcast and know what I'm going to talk about. Because I don't remember all the matches right off the top of my head. I got to kind of see, what the matches were, and then I remember stuff. So I just loaded up the website so I could do that. So that's kind of how my morning went, is dealing with this whole damn computer deciding to go through an update. So anyway, I came over here hanging out with my dad today. He made us breakfast. The best damn breakfast I had in a while. Man, those scrambled eggs were the bomb. And having me a nice cup of coffee, Starbucks French roast with a little bit of peppermint macchiato creamer. Best coffee in the world right here. And I'm just kind of sitting here chilling out with my dad and hanging out. Got to take my daughter to the doctor later on, just stupid bullshit we all got to do from time to time. So, that's kind of how my morning's going so far. How's your morning going? It's been a nice rainy day here. Been a nice rainy day here yesterday. Been a nice rainy week around here.
Getting ready for November, my friend.
I'm just glad snow's not hitting us in the ass. That's about all I can say.
Forecast says it's going to get colder.
Well, it's
about the heavy snow, they say.
That's the joys of living in Nothingsville, Illinois. I mean, you live in Illinois, you get all the seasons. You get the warm, you get the cold, you get the humid, you get everything. But anyway, we're going to get into talking about some WWE Hell in a Cell. The pre-show was actually not too bad this time, which surprising, with WWE throwing that shit out for free, you don't expect very much out of it. Maybe that's why I thought it was okay. But match was Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, or as I like to call them, American Alpha 2.0, and versus the Hype Bros, which is Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley. Match wasn't horrible. It definitely, lining up for the Hype Bros to be breaking up and start doing their singles careers. I just hope when they break up, they're going to be able to get back together later on, because they are a pretty decent tag team. They work out pretty well, and you never know when you're going to need to add another tag team into the division, because the tag team division seems to come together and separate, and one time there's a bunch of tag teams like we got right now, and then other times there's not a whole lot of tag teams. So I'd just like to see them be able to get back together in the future sometime. But Shelton Benjamin and Gable won the match, which led to some more controversy / backlash between Ryder and Raleigh, kind of fighting, just lining up for that disbandment there coming up. Didn't really grade the match very high. It was entertaining. It was definitely a kickoff match. I can say that. The debut match of the actual pay-per-view was Tag Team Championship for SmackDown Live, and in the Hell in a Cell for which consisted of Usos versus the New Day. And anytime these two teams get together, it's actually very entertaining. They're always constantly pushing each other to the limit. I love watching these guys work, but I'm glad it's the last time we're going to see these guys together, face each other for a while, because anytime you get two teams, two people in the ring, back to back to back to back, and you see that match after a while, it's hard to keep things fresh, doing it so many times in a row. You get those guys that they're good dance partners in the ring, and they just seem to click, and they know what each other's doing. They kind of know what each other's thinking. I mean, we've seen this before. Cena, CM Punk, every time both of them were in the ring together, it was amazing. Every time Shawn Michaels and Triple H has been in the ring together, it's been amazing. Cena, Randy Orton, every time those guys have been in the ring together, it's been pretty good. But it starts to get stale after they're in there week after week after week, or so many times in a row, and you want to see them kind of go away, go their own direction for a little while, and then eventually see that come full circle and come back around. So we'll see that sometime in the future. Usos didn't end up walking away with the championship after a hellacious battle, might I add. I mean, New Day had their own kendo sticks in this match. They had it was like a lollipop kendo stick, I would like to say. It had like all the rainbows and everything all the way up. It was pretty cool. And there were some cool innovations in this. I'd never seen anybody thrown into the corner of the cell before, and then have kendo sticks shoved into each side of the fence, literally creating like a single body prison type thing there. I mean, that was actually pretty cool, pretty innovative, pretty good on the feet thinking for New Day's Usos both for this match. So I actually would give this match probably about 4.5 to 5 stars. Very entertaining. Didn't seem to go too long. Easily at least a 4.5 star match, if not a 5-star match. Moving along to Randy Orton versus Rusev. I give this match maybe about the average 3 stars. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't what it could have been. Randy Orton, won, of course, with the RKO, which we all figured he would. Never did see the heel turn from Randy, which is kind of disappointing in a way, because I would have really liked to see Randy Orton make that heel turn after either defeating Rusev or maybe even getting disqualified just by trying to destroy Rusev, working an angle where he takes Rusev out and possibly seeing a revenge match between those two when Rusev come back as a face, for a short time for that or something. But it didn't happen, so hopefully we'll see a Randy Orton heel turn here pretty soon, just because I'm tired of seeing Orton working face, and he's tired of working face, as he's been very, very public about it in the recent weeks. Moving along to U.S. Championship versus Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, and if you were watching the kickoff show, you would know that Ty Dillinger was also added to this match, making it not only a one-on-one but a triple threat match, which means AJ Styles didn't have to be pinned to lose his championship, which is exactly what happened. Baron Corbin snuck in there after AJ Styles hit that phenomenal forearm on Ty Dillinger. Baron Corbin came in, threw Styles out, gave him the big boot, knocking him on the floor, got the 1-2-3, walked away champion. Good match, though. I'll say it's a good match. Easily a 4-star match. Not quite a 5-star, but easily 4 stars. Pretty decent match. Moving along to the Women's Championship. Charlotte actually won the match via disqualification through Natalya. Natalya had Charlotte on the outside of the ring there for a little bit, and actually grabbed a chair and started whooping Charlotte's ass with the chair, gaining that disqualification. Hopefully we'll see this lead to some type of gimmick match or something to where Charlotte and Natalya can face each other, and to where either Natty will lose it on disqualification, or there will be a no disqualification. Well, I would just like to see a second, match elevate, furthering this rivalry along, and actually kind of starting to shape this and bring it to a head here coming up sometime. Maybe a Survivor Series would be a good time to bring this thing to a head and see where it goes. Moving along to the WWE Championship, which faced Jinder Mahal defeating Shinsuke Nakamura via pinfall. I would give this 3 stars, maybe 2.5. And it wasn't Shinsuke's fault at all. It really wasn't. It's just the fact that you keep getting these Bollywood boys involved, Bollywood boys, Singh brothers, whatever the fuck you want to call them. You get them involved, and I'm tired of seeing it. I want to see a match to where some type of gimmick match to where Bollywood boys can't be involved, and a match where it's literally Mahal versus whoever. Bollywood boys aren't able to be involved. They either get banned from ringside or whatever, and actually see a legitimate defense. Just because I think Mahal needs that legitimate defense right now, just to gain some credibility, because he's relying on these Bollywood boys too much. So I just want to see Mahal do one match to where if he wins it on his own. Maybe he'll gain some credibility, because I'm not going to give him the credibility until we see an actual match to where he wins it on his own. I don't know if we'll see another Nakamura Mahal match right now in the foreseeable future, but whoever the next contender is, I hope the match is a little bit better. Next match of the night was Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. And I've got to say, this match was glorious. It was all I thought it would be and more. I would actually give this match a 4-star rating. Bobby Roode is actually a very good competitor. He's very talented in what he does. Ziggler, amazing in-ring talent as well. Didn't shock me at all seeing that Roode walked away with the victory. The lineup for the victory was actually pretty cool, because it was just constant schoolboy type pins, cradle pins, until just reverse until Bobby Roode actually ended up with the 3 count on Ziggler. They rolled basically from one end of the ring all the way to the other, just reversing each other's pin. And then Bobby Roode won, got up. Ziggler was behind him, gave him the zigzag, furthering this rivalry some more. So we're going to see another one of these, and hopefully it's going to be good. Ballsy for Ziggler to walk out without any entrance music, but I think he might have actually found a gimmick that seems to be working for him. Except for the only thing I have against it is he made fun of Shawn Michaels this last month here, coming up to this pay-per-view, talking about coming out like the Heartbreak Kid and everything. But then when he was in the ring, he imitated Shawn Michaels almost to a T with the super kick and everything, tuning up the band. So that's kind of my problem, my beef there is you can't be talking about a guy and excuse me, I think I paused it, but I'm not sure if I got it paused in or not before I sneezed. So if I didn't, I'm sorry. Anyway, I've got a little bit of a beef with him imitating Shawn Michaels after he just turned around and was throwing either making fun of or throwing a fit about his entrance or whatever. When you imitate that guy in the ring, it just kind of is like, well, then what was the point of that? That's the only thing that's, got me having a beef with this. But other than that, good match. Ziggler's a very good in-ring talent, great in-ring ability, and I want to see more of Ziggler. It's looking like he might not re-sign with WWE when his contract expires. Which, that's up to him, but I would like for him to stick around for a little bit longer, especially with some of the talents they're getting in there, because I would love to see a Ziggler-Nakamura match. I think that would be freaking awesome. That or, I'd love to see a Ziggler-Rollins match, too. I mean, I'd like to see Ziggler, kind of get that push and be able to be in the main event status, and because there's a lot of main event guys that I'd like to see Ziggler working with. Okay. Alright, sorry about that, guy. I had to get drinking that phenomenal coffee right there. And, well, this is the last match of the night, and that was Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon in Hell in a Cell. Overall, it was a great match. Oh, and the match was Focus Count anywhere as well. Forgot to add that in there. Match was actually pretty good. I was pretty happy about that. Very very entertaining, very good end of the match. The way the match ended was awesome. I mean, it was I wasn't pissed off or anything in the least. I was applauding WWE for pulling this off. They pulled a twist off I didn't think they'd be able to pull off anymore. Great battle through hell for both of the competitors between Owens and McMahon. It was high spot after high spot. Great match, Man, anytime McMahon's in a Hell in a Cell match, it normally turns out pretty good. But this was a good match. I'll give that to them both. I'll give that to both these guys. This was actually a really good match, way above my expectations, and I had pretty decent expectations for this match. And the match ended with Zayn coming out and actually pulling Owens out of the way when McMahon went to jump off the top of the cell onto Owens like he did with The Undertaker. Zayn pulled Owens out of the way, and then when Medical was checking out McMahon, made them scatter, pulled Owens on top of McMahon, made the ref count them 3. So it looks like we probably are seeing a heel's turn for Sami Zayn, which I don't know. I don't know how well he can work heel. I haven't seen Zayn work heel before, but I'm thinking he's going to be able to do good. I'm thinking Zayn's going to do a great job working heel. I'm excited to see him work heel. He hasn't worked heel before since he's been into the WWE, from as far as I know. And seeing an alliance with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn both with a heel run, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. And it's going to be some entertaining stuff coming up. I haven't seen SmackDown yet, probably because SmackDown hasn't aired yet. But I haven't seen Raw yet as well. But regardless, it's gonna be some entertaining stuff coming up. I'm hoping, and I'm excited to see what unfolds Tuesday night on SmackDown when SmackDown comes out and it comes on. I'm gonna be glued to the TV to see what happens between Owens and Zayn and McMahon. That's a part I'm gonna want to see, and if they're smart, they're gonna hold all of that all the way until the end. They'll address it a little bit at the beginning, but they'll hold the main part all the way until the end to keep people interested and keep them wanting to see what goes on, because that's something people are going to want to stick around to see and find out. So that was the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in a sense, guys. I know I'm only 20 minutes into this thing. I got to give you guys at least a half an hour. That's my half an hour guarantee every week. So you know we're gonna be coming up on some good pay-per-views coming up. I hope, guys. I hope. Other than that, I mean, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view is actually pretty good, and if you ain't seen it, either I ain't condoning this at all, and I ain't promoting it at all, but either look it up on YouTube, get on Google, type it in, possibly download it. I'm not saying to do that. I'm probably going to tell you to order it through your pay-per-view provider, and or just get your free month of the WWE Network. And there's your free plug, Vince. Boom. Man, Vince is going to have to start paying me for this shit, y'all know, because every single podcast I do, I'm giving Vince a free plug. I'm giving him a free plug of the WWE Network that you can get at just $9.99 a month. And not only can you get it for $9.99 a month, folks, but if you don't have it yet, or if you haven't had it in the past, you can get your free month then. And your free month will start now, and you can go back and watch Hell in a Cell, as well as I'm sure you will be able to watch the next pay-per-view, and you might even possibly be able to get Survivor Series in there. So, I mean, if you wanna, I'd do it. Just saying, if you order this son of a bitch on pay-per-view, I'm not plugging it anymore. I'm just gonna give you the facts right now. If you order on pay-per-view from your cable provider, you will literally spend enough money to where you could have had the network for 5 months. So that's 5 months worth of pay-per-views that you could have had, which would actually cover WrestleMania at this point, if you order the network instead of ordering it through your cable provider. I'm just saying, me personally, I go with the cheaper option, but again, free plug, Vince. There you go. There's your $9.99 plug Vince. Dude, you gotta start paying me. I want. Give me $5. Give me $5 a week for plugging your $9.99. No, how about this? Not the $5. No. We're gonna do this. How about Vince, if you're listening, Mr. McMahon. McMahon, the McMahonster, Vincius, Mr. Vince, sir. We're gonna call him Mr. Vince. How's that? Mr. McMahon, if you're listening, which I mean, I'm sure you're not. It's probably your. Now, I'm not saying this for sure, but I'm gonna quote the best wrestler in the world on this. It's probably your doofus son-in-law, which he's actually. I gotta get it to him. He's actually got to be a pretty smart businessman for Vince to trust his company in his hands. Paul Levesque or Triple H, if you're listening, which is more likely you listening than Vince, just because I know Vince probably doesn't even know how to turn a computer on, and that's not knocking Vince at all. I'm just, saying Vince has been around for a while, so he might not even know what a computer is. Triple H, if you're listening, I'm giving you this free plug every damn month, every damn week. Giving you guys, giving your company, I'm giving Mr. McMahon's company, soon to be your company, because let's face it, if anything ever happens to Mr. McMahon, you're gonna be, you and your wife will then be in charge of the WWE. And you guys will actually inherit the son of a bitch. So, your company, Vince's company, your wife's company, Mr. Shane McMahon, if you're listening, I don't know what kind of stakes you got, but if you're listening, just kind of throwing this out here to you too, because you're the McMahon I would actually rather deal with. You're Mr. Yes, Daniel Bryant, but nonetheless, if you're listening, I give you guys a free plug every fucking week. Alright, so how about this? How about you send me $9.99 a week? You send me $9.99 a week, or I will even settle for this. You give me the WWE Network for free every month, and I will continue to plug the hell out of your network, and I will maybe double up the plugs a little bit. Just for you sending me $9.99 a week, or giving me the network for free every month, and we can work out some type of deal here to where I'm plugging your network on my podcast. I'm already giving you a free plug. I give you a free plug every fucking week, right? So how about you do it? How about you? It'll be a little thing of you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So how about we do this, Mr. Triple H, sir, and Mr. McMahon, sir, Shano, DB, or even Mr. Cena. Since I know you can pretty much get anything you want, Mr. Cena, sir. Mr. Cena, I know you try to play this, I'll do whatever I'm given, which I'm sure you do. I'm sure you don't request a whole lot, except for when it comes to burying talent, and it comes to getting people thrown out of the WWE. Shout out to A-Rai. Other than that, Mr. Cena, I know you can get just about anything you want. You're Vince's good little puppet. So how about you get them to throw a little bit of green C-Jack's way. All right, Mr. Cena, and Mr. Cena, if you want to do this the official way, how about this? Book me, book you, WrestleMania 34. Let's go, bitch. There you go, guys. C-Jack, John Cena, WrestleMania 34. How does that sound? C-Jack, John Cena, WrestleMania 34. I will whip John Cena's little bitch ass, come home, take a shower, drink some whiskey, smoke a cigar. If you got a championship, I'm going to take it. And go to sleep, get up the next morning, do the podcast, talk about how I whipped Cena's ass, and made him the Kong Pao bitch he is. Thanks, Rock. I kind of stole that from you for a second, but just seemed appropriate. And everyone's going to be saying C-Jack's new face of the WWE. I'll catch your ass later, guys. Thank you for listening to the C-Jack podcast. This has been C-Jack, and there was my promo for the WWE and or John Cena. So if you're listening, dude, call me. Don't be scared. Later, guys. Have a good one. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at only1cjack. That is only1cjack. C and J is capitalized. And until next time, this is C-Jack. I am coming here from my dad's house. I hope you guys like the promo. I'm going to try to throw some more promos at you guys every now and then. I know Mac's going to enjoy it. Shout out to you, Mac. Cena, WrestleMania 34. Remember that, son. And I'll catch your ass later. Thanks.